So it's on the 4. He knows my name. Beautiful song.
You can't hear?
Hey, Jermaine Griggs here, founder of Hear and Play, back with another video. In this video, I want to cover something that is arguably the #1 skill you must have, especially if you're a beginner, but the #1 skill you must have in order to play by ear. And that is finding the key of a song, being able to know by listening, what key is this song in? Listen, 17 years ago, I did a video that got over 400,000 views teaching people how to find the key. And there was hundreds of comments of people that felt their ear was unlocked. In the beginning, they started off rusty, couldn't do it, but by the end of that video, they were able to literally find the keys along with me. And that is my goal for you today in this video. And I'll make a deal with you. If I teach you to find the key of a song and you progressively get better by the end of this video, will you do 4 things for me? Like this video, comment to let me know you did it, because those are incredibly encouraging to me. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, and share this with somebody else that needs to learn this skill. So are you guys ready? Let's go. All right, so let me put on my earphones and we are going to get started. So the first thing that you have to understand is this concept of key. Right? There are 12 major keys on the piano. You got C, and you can take it all the way up, right? Until you get to the next C. But each one of these notes can be said to be in its own key or its own planet, right? We live on the planet Earth and it's got its own system. But if we want to live on Mars or whatnot, we're going to have to learn its system. So when we say key, it is the note that every chord, everything in that song is gravitating towards. Now, not only is this key the center of the center, I remember a movie and it was like, this is the center of the center of the center. Right? Not only is this key the center, everything gravitates toward it. It's typically the chord that's going to open your song. Not always, but a lot of the times it'll open your song. But more popularly, it will end your song, right? Because music is made for the masses, and the masses aren't musical, but they know when to clap. An audience knows when a song feels like it's over. So if an audience knows when a song feels like it's over, and we're musicians or trying to be, then we ought to know what sounds like a moment of home base or a moment of rest. And that's how I describe the key to people. It's that tone of the song, that chord of the song, that moment of the song where you said, if this song ended right here, I would think that that was the end of the song. Like if I was on a game show, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they were like, what is the last chord of this song? And you had to find its first time when it appeared, right? Not just wait to the end of the song, because that's too easy. You had to know, what is that ending chord? That's typically the key. Or the root of that chord. What is a root? Like the tree root, right? The lowest note, the center of that chord, that's typically the key that we're in. So what I want to do, I can describe it all I want, but what we're going to do is go through a plethora of songs, and hopefully over time, you'll start to unlock your ear. And you don't even need your piano yet. We start by humming what we think the end of this chord is, right? You can only hum one note. So you're trying to hum that tree root, that bottom note of the chord, that if this song were to end, that sounds like the center of this song, the root of this song, the home base, the resting chord. That's what we're looking for. So I've got random songs, they're popular ones that I had my team accumulate so that I'm surprised and I can do it right along with you guys. And so we're just going to take it step by step. So you're going to hum with me what you think the key center of this song is. Don't worry about your piano yet, just hum it. Remember I said sometimes the first chord? What's that home base chord?
I know a name
Should be able to hear.
that can silence roaring waves. I know a name.
What are you guys humming, right? I'm humming, I know a name. Now the melody is above. It's not the same as that key center. And I'm going to show you the difference, but I'm humming, And even if you listen to the beginning, there's a sound that's setting the key center. And that's why I said it's going to be the first chord. In a lot of instances, you can hear the pads or strings before she even sings. They're giving you a clue of the key. So I want you to listen again and hum what you hear in the beginning. It should be very similar to what I was humming. Right? You can hum it at any pitch. It doesn't matter. It's the same note.
I know a name that can silence roaring waves. I know a name that can empty out a grave. I know a name. It's the only name that saves.
You see what I mean by, like, I can describe it all I want, but you got to hear it. So you're on a game show and they're like, what is the key of this song? You know, you got 10 seconds to figure it out. She's doing a bunch of stuff, but there's this tone that works everywhere, right? And I don't have perfect pitch. So I still have to go to the piano and know what that tone I'm humming is. But you don't need perfect pitch. You don't need to just know whether it's A or G. You don't need that. You need to be able to hum the key center, and then you take it to your piano. So if I'm humming, I'll start at a random note to match the right? No? No, but we're getting close. We're getting close. That's the note that I'm humming. It's E flat. Jermaine, did you know you were humming E flat? Absolutely not. I don't have perfect pitch, nor do you need it. You just need to be able to hum the right note and then match it up when you get there. So now we're going to play this song, right? But then we're going to hold down all the E flats on the piano. I want you to confirm with me that you understand why it's E flat, right? Why it sounds like E flat. See, the bass is E flat.
I know a name
See?
that can silence roaring waves.
It works over
I
everything.
know a name
It works over everything,
that can empty out a grave.
right?
I know a name.
Now, she's doing a lot of melody notes, and I remember testing my wife with this. A lot of people, they hear a specific melody note, like she might go, I. So she's hitting that fifth of the key, okay? And you may not know your numbers. I got another video on numbers, but she's hitting the scale. So if the scale of E flat is 1, F is 2, G is 3, A flat's 4, B flat's 5, C is 6, D is 7, and I'll have these notes on the screen. She's starting on that fifth tone of the scale, and it sounds like she's going, right? So she's going 5, 6, 1, 3. Any of those will fool you into thinking like maybe the key is but now let's hum that over everything.
It's the only name that saves.
That's not it.
And it's worthy of all praise. I call you Jesus. I call you.
It's close because it's the fifth, and there is a relationship between E flat and B flat. If you saw my video on the circle of fifths, it's close, but it's not it. And the reason why you might think so is because even if you're in a choir, one of the parts is going to be singing that note. Is it going to be the alto or the tenors? And so we're likely to guess. If we're going to guess wrong, we're likely to guess that fifth. But notice her melody is. We're also, a lot of people will guess that third tone of the scale, that third up, right? And it's because that's, again, one of the voice parts that might be sung by the praise team, or somebody might be singing that, or the melody might be passing through that. But it's important to hear the difference between what home is and what associated notes are. So I have a little litmus test, and I did the same test 17 years ago. It's called down 4, up 5. Okay, 45, however you got to remember that. Down 4, up 5. So let's just say you were accidentally guessing this G, right? Because you heard that, I know a name, right? And I ain't a singer. But say you went down 4 to say, okay, well, maybe that's the real key, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That would have landed you on the 1, and you would have at least tested that. And there's no way your ear, even a beginning ear, there's no way you're going to pick this over that, right? So down 4 would have delivered you a better answer. But even up 5, right? If I chose that same G and I went up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would have hit C, and that wouldn't have worked. So I would have eliminated that. Up 5 is not the answer, right? But down 4 would have given it to me, right? And I would have been like, I know a name, right? And that would have worked, right? And I believe this song is going, I'm hearing that, right? Yeah, I know a name, something like that. That one, and I haven't played this song before, but I'm hearing the intervals, okay? Now, what if you would have thought that B flat was the key? You would do the down 4, up 5. So if I would have went down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, that G flat wouldn't have worked. You would have immediately eliminated that. So it's not a down 4 correction. What about an up 5? So from B flat, don't include the note that you're guessing, right? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it lands you on the 1. And I came up with this strategy because I said a lot of people mistake the 3rd or the 5th. So if they're doing that, my students are doing that, how can I get them down from the 3rd to the real 1? Well, the 3rd happens to be up 4 notes, so we just go down 4 notes, right? If that's the 3rd of E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4 lands you on a 1. If that's the 5th of E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands you on the 1. So really, it's a trick to force you to go to the 1 if you're in the ballpark. I always tell people, if you go, one pastor I remember saying, I said this 17 years ago, he said, if you're going to mess up like this. And I didn't agree with that. That pastor was a mess, right? But I will say in music, if you're going to mess up, be messing up with the 3rd or the 5th. There's not too many other options, or you're kind of way out there in left field, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this song is in E flat. All right, so you guys, if you got that right, put a tally 1 on a piece of paper, okay? So we cooking, as my son would say. You guys ready for the next song? That sounds like We Fall Down. Okay. What are you humming?
A thousand generations
See?
falling down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb.
Hum it. What are you humming?
All who've gone before
See that chord? You got to know the chord.
all who will believe.
You're like a detective, right? There's a bunch of chords going on, but I only want the chord that if I pause the song or I edited this song, that would sound like the one that the audience would clap. And it's and I don't know what that key is. I don't have perfect pitch. You don't need it, but I know that's the key of that song 100%. And then I go to my keyboard next. So I want you guys to realize that's how it works. Now, the people that have perfect pitch is 1 in 10,000 people. Okay, so that's not enough to account for all of the ear musicians out there serving their churches. No, most of us have relative pitch, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to start all over, and we're going to listen to this. It's a lot of these CCM, these contemporary Christian music songs, they will start with strings or pads to establish the key. The fancy music theory word is tonicization, because the tonic is the 1. It's the key that you're in. It's the bass, the root of your scale. So they'll tonicize, basically get you used to, warm you up for your ear to hear the key, right? So you can sing along. These songs are meant to be sung along with. So you actually hear that in the beginning. That's the 5. 3, 6, if you follow the numbers. That's the 1. See?
Falling.
Because we ended the song, dun, dun, a thousand generations. Now, she's not singing the 1, she's singing the 3rd or the 5th. Because typically, if you're doing the 1 chord, what is the 1 chord, right? It consists of the 1st tone of the scale, the 3rd tone of the scale, and the 5th tone of the scale. What that looks like is you're playing every other note of the scale. So when songwriters make these melodies, they're either going to start the melody on the 3, the 5, some songs start on the 1.
Down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb. And all
What are we
gone
humming?
before us, and all who will.
Okay, so and you know, start the piano at your vocal range. So I might start it down here. I know I'm close, like that roller coaster. So I knew it even before I got to F, because you just, as you get used to that roller coaster coming up chromatically, and some of you guys will even know it just based on intervals. That's more an advanced way to do it. Immediately when you hit C, you know C's relation to F. And so you don't even have to do all that. But for my beginners, no shame in the game. Just go up chromatically till that roller coaster takes you closer and closer to F. And that's where we are. Okay, so I'm gonna play F while we hold down this song.
We'll sing the song of ages to the Lamb. Your name is the
works over
highest.
everything.
Your name is the greatest. Your name stands above them all.
Now the thing is though, in this second part, she's getting into chords that are doing everything but the one chord. So that can be tricky for some people, right? Because she starts going to the 2 and the 3 and the 6. So it's dancing around these chords. They're like the supporting cast, right? But it's like the main actor. You know, you ever watch a movie like, what? Come on, bring Denzel back on the screen. What's going on? You know, that's kind of what she's doing in this part of the song. So it can be a little harder because the one is kind of hidden. But once you've established it, you can generally hum that one over the whole song, even when they're avoiding it, okay? So in the key of F, right? And then you can hit if you know your major chords, you can hit it to confirm it, you know? Let's back up and see even the chord progression that she's using. So she's on the B flat, C, 3, I'm hearing a 6, there's another 3 goes to the 6. Then she goes 1, right? And that's how it works. So I don't expect you to understand the chord progressions. This video is not about the chord progressions. This video is about step 1. I did do a video with CC Winans to find it how to play a song by ear. It's on my channel. It actually did very well. And we went through the whole song of Come Jesus Come. But this video here is just the key. So you guys ready to go on to the next? Hey, really quickly, if you think this video is good, you've seen nothing yet. I want to invite you to our Gospel Music Training Center. It's our educational platform for musicians who want to really learn and master gospel music. We're the longest running platform for gospel music on the internet, having started August 2000, over 25 years ago. And all of our material from day one is in the Gospel Music Training Center. You can learn how to play praise, worship, shouting music, devotion, hymns, CCM, urban, choir. We've got everything in there. And most importantly, you can learn the language of gospel music in our flagship course, Gospel Grammar System. So head over to hearandplay.com/gospel course or click on the link in the description to check it out. Oh, we're lucky. That was the one. You heard it? It's coming back. That.
When I'm overwhelmed within,
I like this.
from the weight of all my sin, I need a friend to call my own. I need a house to call my own.
This is a very popular chord progression. As an ear musician, you just hear this stuff over and over. That's whatever it's doing, whatever key it's in, it's walking down the scale. But that second chord sounds so beautiful. I can't wait to, it's like a dominant chord inverted for my advanced people, right? But you can hear, let's hear what that first chord is. Are you humming it? This is one of those songs where it just comes out with the first chord. You ain't got to wait for it, right? Let's hear it. Right there. It's a da-da-da, da. See, the melody's above it, but it's this thing you got to do where if you're enthralled by the melody, that da-na-na, you'll get stuck on that da, but you have to picture that just being a part of the choir doing that. But that the root, the center is the thing you hum over everything, the thing that's the root of that final chord. So when he goes da-na-na, but the chord, the base of that chord, the root of that chord is or because he's going da-na-na, but the chord is So hum that while he's playing.
When I'm overwhelmed within, from the I need a house to call my own.
I like this.
When I'm broken down.
All right, so and don't worry if you do what I do. I'm not a singer. I be sliding all over the place to find it. I'm still 20 some odd, 30 years later, I'm still sliding into it like a roller coaster. But as long as you land on it, all right? So what is that? So I'm just gonna start at the keyboard. It's G, right? And notice I passed it and I had to correct myself. Nah, I was like, I'm being too overzealous, passing it up, right? It's, right? I need a friend to call my own, right? So we'll listen to it while holding down G. You hear that? Home base.
When I'm overwhelmed within from the weight of
And it's
all
walking
my
down the scale.
sin, I need a friend.
So I'm hearing something like something like that, right? But it starts by knowing the key, right? And this is one of those songs you could, even if you didn't do the chords exactly, just go from G major, D major, G major, D major, G major. If you're a beginner, right? And just go down the scale of G, which has this F sharp black note, but then the rest are white notes. If you're a beginner, you can just do this. Right? It's one of those easy ballads. And as an ear musician, you just get used to hearing like these similar patterns that just happen over and over in songs. All right, so did you get that one right? The key of G. Let's move on to our next one. Okay. That bass note. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. You hear it?
Thought this would take me under. Thought I would lose my mind. I thought that it was over, but you were right on time.
So that's a funky bass, right? So doom, 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 right? Something like that. Doom, doom, doom. So were you humming that is the question, all right? And this is not one of those ones where there's even a melody yet, right? So nothing to like fog up, your understanding. It's just like a bass. And I like that because what you're listening for when you're playing by ear is typically what the bass is doing, right? Because that melody, sometimes it can throw you off as a beginner, but that bass, it'll typically be trying to play the root, that bottom. All right, so that's what I'm humming. Yeah, so that's what I'm hearing. And let's hear it again and see if it works. Yeah, see? Something like that, right? That's what I'm hearing. But the real question is, how are you doing? All right, so let's move on to the next song. Minor-y type of song. So come right here. Right here. It's like a minor song. That's what I'm hearing. So you guys humming that, and you have to wait for that chord. It did a turnaround. Now the minor songs are a little bit more difficult. So right? I like to relate minor to major, right? So for my people that play, what minor will feel like, if you want to relate it to major, is it'll feel like being on a sixth tone of whatever major key is related to that minor key. So you can think of it, but I'm still humming what I feel that center of that song is. And this one happens to be in minor. So my beginners, I don't expect for you to understand this one, but let's just figure it out anyway. Here it comes. Right here. Right here. That. I know this pattern. These patterns repeat, right? So let's find it first. So I'm humming. Roller coaster. So this song is in the key of G flat, right? And what I'm hearing is like, it's on the minor though. So it's E flat minor, but us ear musicians, a lot of us will relate that to G flat major. So you can think of this as just kind of playing the chords of G flat major, but centered around its minor, which is E flat minor, the relative minor of G flat major. So just a concept I really don't want to get into in this video. So the key, on sheet music, it would be the same key, 6 flats, because G flat major and E flat minor, they share the same key. Go to my Circle of Fifths video. So I'm hearing it like on the 6th, and then this chromatic walk down, and then the turnaround that I hear a lot, right? And then something like that, right? And that's in the key of G flat. You guys ready to move on to the next one? That's the key. This is one of those 6, 4, 1, 5 progressions. So the 1. Right? So what key are we in? He reigns in my heart. G again. See? You can hear it. Now, why this is tricky is this one of those songs that it doesn't start on the 1. So, but you still got to be able to hear that center. Everything gravitates toward. But this is one of those progressions we know as 6 to the 4 to the 1 to the 5, because in the key of G, right, if you looked at the scale, I'll put it on the screen, right, the 6 of G is going to be this E, the 4 of G is going to be this C, but then it's going to come to the 1. That's why I say you got to be like a detective sometimes, because the 1 is not always going to be the first chord, like I said, but it'll typically be in there. They'll throw it to you, and then they'll go to the 5, right? But this song, listen again and hear that G in it, nonetheless. Right there, right? Come on, everybody. You hear it? It's there, right? It's there. All right, ready for the next one? Churchy. Whoa, what are you humming? Right? See, with the churchy ones, act like your pastor asked you to hum. Like just do a straight hum, like a congregational corporate hum. That would be the note you probably would be humming, is the key, regardless of what's going on. Think, pastor told us to just hum a straight note, right? Listen.
Where is the choir? I can't hear them sing.
So when I'm hearing this, okay, so pastor's asking you to hum a D. So let's listen to it, right? And hear that D. You hear it?
Whoa. Hear them singing. Where is the preacher?
Hearing the 4 chord?
I can't hear him preaching.
That's the key you're in.
Where are those those church bells.
Like I said, they'll throw it to you at some point. Like they were going down the scale, but then eventually they came back to here, right? And that's our key, the key of D. All right, so you guys doing good? Let's move on to our next song. Yeah, listen to that.
I hear the Savior say,
What are you humming?
thy strength indeed is small.
Okay, you should be humming.
Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all.
It's the sense of the center.
Lord, now indeed I find.
So what are we humming?
Thy power and thine alone.
Jesus, baby. Right? Stuff like that. Right? And a lot of these songs are just diatonic chords. If you listen to my other videos, right, you know what's supposed to be played on the ones. This is textbook, major, right? What's supposed to be played on the 6 if you're in the key of A flat, right? Minor, right? Major on the 5th or dominant, but when you're playing 3 fingers, it's just a major chord on the 5th. And then, you know, power it up, country sounding, right? On the D flat, that's a major chord. So this song would be considered textbook. But that first step, you gotta be able to find that key. So did you get A flat as well? Were you humming A flat? Hopefully you were. Let's move on to our next song.
Come on. It's Sunday morning, y'all.
What y'all humming?
Let's give him praise. Hey! Early in the morning, sunshine on my face. Got a praise on my lips, yeah. I feel His grace. Got my church clothes on, can't waste no time. Spirits in the air, joy's on my mind.
Y'all humming that?
I hear the choir singing while I'm on my way. Hands in the air, yeah, I'm ready to pray. Something about Sunday hits different.
What are y'all humming? Another A flat, right? So we're gonna hit A flat while we're listening to this.
Oh Lord, every step to the door, I want you more.
Got my Bible, got my song.
You hear how it works?
It's a holy celebration.
Feeling that anticipation. It's a party on a Sunday morning. Hands lift, the praises are flowing, joy in my soul.
Although this song is doing a lot of chords around A flat, it gave you a it gave it to you. So you got to listen to like, and then you got to say, okay, if they wanted to end this song, they would go, right? Or just like walk off the stage or something. But that's that ending chord, right? That's that key center. Let's move on to the next song. That's the key. Hum it before I get in. That. Okay.
Never
Right there.
could I imagine a father so holy, patient and kind,
So what key are we in?
would choose to stay right beside
Everything is G today.
when he knows the
So here, G.
shadows that come with the light.
So key of G. Did you get it? All right. And our final song. That's not the key though. That's the 4 of the key I'm hearing. Right here. That's the key. What are you humming? That's the key. That chord right there. The root of that chord. Not that one. That's the 4. Right here. Because this is this song I want to clap. See, I can end right there. Right? So what are you humming?
He knows my name. He knows my name.
So I can end right there if I wanted to. Okay? So let's hum it. What do we...
He knows my name.
G again. That's how you know it was random, because I wouldn't have put all these G
She
songs,
knows
right?
my
G majors, you're so pretty, right?
and oh, how he walks with me.
Simple. But you got to know that key. Hit that key everywhere.
So how he talks with me. Yeah.
Hear it?
And oh, how he tells me.
Now the melody. He knows my. Let's just say, I don't know, for whatever reason you thought B was the key. You would do the down 4, up 5. Down 4, 1, 2, 3. And you would listen to that G and you said, there's no way this is the key if I'm hitting G. It would have taken you there. Up 5 wouldn't have done it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have sounded good. But that G, if you did the down 4 of the down 4, up 5 method, it would have landed you on the correct one. He knows my name. All right, so it's on the 4. He knows my name. Beautiful song. He knows my name. He knows my name. Let's end it here. He knows my name. And I ain't a singer, y'all. Now remember, he knows my name. Remember when I said the chord, the key will be something at any given time you can clap over. That is the key of the song. All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Now, if you ended by humming the correct notes, you owe me those 4 things. Come on, you gotta like this video. You gotta comment to let me know you succeeded. You gotta share this video with somebody, and you gotta subscribe to the channel, because there's more than where this came from. Look at all my other videos. You can go through the history, and there's some things on playing by ear. There's some things on hymns and worship songs like this, 4-chord songs. There's a lot on our channel. And if you're really serious, I want to invite you to our Gospel Music Training Center. We're the longest running gospel music training platform, if not piano. We started in the year 2000, 26 years of music education. Y'all done seen me go through all different fitness levels as well over the years, but we're still here and we're still helping musicians all over the world realize their dream of playing by ear. And we want to help you too. Now, we also do something called our chord workshop. Every week it's free to the public. We come on Zoom and we teach you. We teach you these chords and how to hear them in songs and how songs follow different patterns. You can check out hearandplay.com/gospel workshop. And if you want to check out our training platform, we're doing a trial right now. You can get in there for a few days, check it out, look at the courses, look at the material, and it's an organized, structured material. And that's what most people tell us that they want and they need. You can check that out at hearandplay.com/gospel course. So I hope we've begun the process, at least, of unlocking your ear to hear that first step, the key of the song, the planet of the song, the home base of the song. Until next time, I'm Jermaine Griggs, and remember, if you can hear it, you can play it.